Yes. You can see Jessica Lee Hodges, my non-biological stepdaughter that went to the Washington State School for the Blind. Yes. She was actually born at Olympic Medical Hospital, Memorial Hospital. hmm In 1996. Now, that's October 11th of 1996. Yes. That means that Jessica's 22 years old. Yeah. When she was abducted, she was 14. Oh, oh, she was a minor. Yeah. And she admitted some documentation during the dissolution of marriage. Yeah. A declaration. Yeah, Heidi's marriage to Tim, I never really got involved in it. As a stepfather, I made sure that if Tim wanted to see Jessica, I would drive her back and forth to Heidi's ex-husband. Yes, so that as a stepdad, pooch, I made sure that I never obstructed Jessica's right to see Tim or Tim's right to see Jessica. Yeah, I thought it was important that the father be involved in the biological daughter's life. I was the one that drove her back and forth to see Tim. Very rarely was it Heidi that did it, but I did it as a non biological stepfather. I never pressured Jessica to adopt my last name. See, it seemed to me that if you have a child, yes, you should be involved in their lives, and I always encouraged, yes, that Jessica should be involved in Tim's life. And quite often, if Tim Hodges thought about it, yeah, I was the one that drove her back and forth to see her biological father. Now, Tim wasn't always real good at the whole paying of child support. Yeah. And I never complained about it. See, when you're in a blended family, I felt that Heidi, as the mother of Jessica, if she had a problem with not getting paid child support when it was due, yes, it was her responsibility to talk to her ex-husband. I made sure that I never took control of the actual child support payments. In fact, when we went on child support, we were living in Airway Heights, or when we went on welfare. Yes. Well, in applying for welfare, they had put me as head of household and they had changed, yes, the name of the child support payments to myself. Oh, I said, no, you're not. Pooch! We as a family went to Child Support Services in Spokane, Washington. Can you get me the video surveillance camera footage of approximately 2009, where I made absolutely fucking sure right now that I signed over Heidi's child support payments to Heidi. I was not there at the time of the conception of Jessica, and as a father, I did not feel that I had the right to make any demands on the child support payments. Now, I don't know how many dads, pooch, I mean, we can look through it, okay, where you're married, yes, and all of a sudden you have to go on welfare because you go through a foreclosure, right? And then there's a credit crisis, yes. And then you run out of all of your savings and you finally decide, well, we better go on welfare. Yes. And then welfare decides to fuck everything up, pooch, and puts her child support payments in my name. Now, as a husband, yes, I did not want to have any ownership of any child support payments that were owed to Heidi. So why don't you give me all the employees of child support services that don't consider it a marriage of convenience to marry myself without me knowing what Heidi was involved in? And then all of those in see state of Washington. We're going to look at some documents about marriage fraud. Yes. Because looking at the number of times I've been arrested where you refuse to admit the evidence, I wasn't in Squim and I wasn't in Brennan. I'm going to sue the fuck right now. Give me every employee of child support services in every state of the United States. And then get me the child support services, child support payments. Yes, that when you, as a family, yes, enroll in welfare. Yes, he does. I want to know every fucking one right now.